Hello! In this video we'll show you how we make our traditional Catalan tiles, and the first step would be to add an opaque layer of glazing so that our pigments and colors show up properly. Next up, we have to prepare the stencils. So we do that by hand. This is an artisanal craft, and we basically cut out little windows and little panels so that we can paint over it. But you might say, oh, that's paper and paint is wet. Won't that be a problem? Well, in the next step you'll see. But it's basically that, just tracing out layer by layer and color by color and sorting it so that you have very precise shapes. And here is that next step. We basically use beeswax and a hot iron to make the paper waterproof. It really helps. It repels any water and it allows the paint to just glide over those open spaces we traced in the previous step. And next up would be the colors, the pigments. We do hand mix all of our colors, and this is just a small showcase of our pigment shelves. And here we have the by hand color mixing. Now, this is our chief artisan, Manel, mixing all the colors. And this is a pretty simple formulation. It's the pigment plus water, and once you fire that on the kiln ovens, the water evaporates and it leaves you with a beautiful glazy and shiny color. And here is a very crucial step, actually, to sort out all of our stencils, or as we know them here, Trepes, the traditional name in Catalonia of this type of tile, so that the process is more easy, simple, and efficient. So let's get to painting. In this case, we start with any color we prefer, or the color that we organized our stencils on, in this case blue. We make sure that the density of the paint is the proper one, and we begin. It is important to properly align the stencil on every single tile so that the results show up the same on every tile, and that the results that we put out are consistent throughout. Again, this is artisanal work, so there might be some slight differences from tile to tile, but overall the design and the motif stays the same. Again, this is a process sorted out by color, and in this case we're done with this beautiful cerulean blue and we're moving on to yellow. Same as before, we align the stencil and we make sure that it is properly covering all the areas, and we paint over it. Remember, this is paper that has been beeswaxed, so the water in the paint will not damage the stencil. And again with the next layer of color. In this case we have red after doing blue, orange, and yellow. And well, we just have to again be very conscious, very aware that our stencils are properly lined and that the paint in our brushes is not too watery, it's not too dry, so that the pigment can more easily be applied. And as you can see, we're almost done with our design, just the darkest color in our palette left. Ideally, you would do darkest colors last to make sure that if any accidents happen, you can quickly fix over it. And there we have it, our very own traditional Catalan tile done with Trepes. But then we do have a very important step left, which would be to fire our tile. This tile will be fired on our ovens at a temperature of 1010 degrees Celsius, and it will get to that temperature in about 12 hours. It will stay and it will slowly calm down from that, not too fast, otherwise the glaze would crack. And now, through the magic of video editing, we have our finished tile done in a traditional way. We hope you like it, and thank you so much for watching.